Brendan Mundorf of Team STX. This week we're going to break in the pocket and finish up the surgeon head with the shooting strings. I'm going to use two V's, so what I want to do is figure out where I want this flat part of the V to be. Okay, so on this head I'm going to have the flat part of the V across these three strings here, okay? Because I know I want to skip a row in between my next shooting string, so my next one would be here, and my top nylon would land on this row of holes here. So all I have to do now is follow this flat piece down here to the side, and my starting point is right here through this hole. So I'm going to take the tip of my shooting string, put it in between the sidewall string and the sidewall of the head, okay, and up through that first hole in the mesh, and I'm going to pull the string out until it's even, okay. Both pieces will be even. Now the other piece of sidewall, or sorry, shooting string, coming down through that hole, that first hole in the mesh. Pulling it all the way through, then up through the next hole in the mesh. Just like that, and you can pull it tight. Now with the part that's on your side of the mesh, you're just gonna take that, put it down to the right side of that string coming up, pull it tight. And then if you look, the next hole, you're bringing that shooting string up through the hole. In that motion. Then again, this next piece is going down to the right of the other side of the shooting string. So we're going to continue this motion all the way up here until we get to the flat part of our V. Now that we've reached the top of our V where we want to make it flat, we're going to use these three holes right here as a flat part of our V. So I've already got my one side of my shooting string through the first hole, so I'm going to keep that out of the way. I'm going to bring this one in over top. I'm just going to make a little right hand turn here. So that goes in the top, and instead of continuing up to this hole, we're cutting across to the right. Continue to go across these top three holes. All right, now you've gone through your top three. All right, we're going to continue down the side here, make another right-hand turn, and come down the side, follow this row of holes all the way down to the same spot where we started on the opposite side. Now we've reached the other side. I'm going to show you how to tie this shooting string off. So you can see this shooting string came up through the last hole. Now the key is to bring the other piece down through the last hole all the way. You can pull it tight, and then again it goes in between the sidewall and the sidewall string. Clean it up like that. And you just want to tie a simple knot, so you cross them over each other, through, pulling it tight, and then the opposite way. To lock it in place. And there you've got your first V. Okay, so now I want to move on to my second V. Alright, I'm not going to do it in the row immediately next to the first one, but I'll skip that one and move another row up the sidewall, and I'll start right here. So same rules apply. Between the plastic and the string, you start your shooting string, pull it to make it even, okay, and then you just start weaving in and out just like before. Again, you see I'm going to come up the side here, and we're going to turn and go across. This time we're going to go across 5 holes. I've already made my first weave with the bottom string, so I'll just continue across. Now I've gotten to the other side. I'll finish up the flat part. I'll start heading down this row right here to match the opposite side. Okay, so I'm going to finish up on this side just like I did on the other side, and come down through the last hole of mesh. In between the sidewall string and the sidewall of the head, pulling that tight, and now I'll just tie a knot right here. And now you've got your double V, which is going to make a nice channel for the ball. Okay, now what I want to do, I'm going to finish up with the nylon. It should look like your string you used for the top. So I'm going to put it down in between the sidewall and the sidewall string. Okay, even it out. For this it doesn't really matter that much, so I'm just going to start weaving, all right, in and out all the way across. Now on this end, I'll bring it up in between the sidewall string and the sidewall. And I'm just going to tie that same knot over here as I did on the first two shooting strings. Now if you have problems with this knot coming undone, you simply just tie your regular knot on each end of the string up against the knot, and it won't slip out and come undone. And that's the final product.